I am literally 43 years old, and right now I am having to convince a 29-year-old man that I cannot date him because he is 29 and he needs to find a woman that he can have a family with and a life with. And that is not me. Like, even my cat is like, this is crazy. Like, yeah, these young boys, y'all need to find y'all's women that you can do your thing with. But us older ladies, we are not here for the long haul with y'all.
Right away, he comes across like a man looking for something serious instead of something casual. Whether that's real or just the image he wants to sell is impossible to tell at first. That's why first impressions should never matter more than consistent behavior. The lesson is simple. Don't take intentions at face value. In the end, actions always reveal the truth more clearly.
Selfish woman. I'm 32 years old with no desire to get married or have children, and people often ask me if I met the right person, would I change my mind? The answer is no, I won't. Not wanting to be a mother has less to do with finding the right person than it does living a life free from avoidable stress. Although the thought of trying to co-parent with a man where I have to shoulder the majority of the emotional and physical labor sounds like a nightmare. No one is immune to life's challenges, but at 32, I finally feel like I'm at a place where I can do what I want, when I want, without answering to anyone, and it feels fucking awesome. Having a child would completely change that. And for what? Being a mother is really hard, and I don't want to work hard. The idea of hard work has been glamorized by the institutions and people, mainly men, that benefit from a woman's labor the most. So I'll gladly take the easy way out if it means I don't have to stress about raising a child in a broken system that only rewards the smallest subset of the population if they fit neatly into a mold. And even then, what's really the reward? Most people don't have the privilege of self-actualization because they're forced to live paycheck to paycheck, grinding away at unfulfilling jobs for just a few weeks of freedom a year, if they're lucky. If I ever do choose to partner again, that person will share the sentiment that being a selfish woman isn't a flaw. It's a conscious rejection of the societal expectation that women must sacrifice themselves for others to be worthy or valuable.
She presents her lifestyle as if it's the only path to happiness, while dismissing the choices other women make. There's nothing wrong with choosing a different life, but when someone spends more time defending that choice than simply living it, people naturally start asking why. Real contentment usually doesn't need constant explanation. It simply speaks for itself. And when every choice has to be announced, justified, and performed, it starts to look less like confidence and more like insecurity. At some point, peace stops being something you talk about and becomes something people can actually see.
And these are my top 3 tips if you want to start dating over the age of 60. Number 1, don't listen to what anyone says to you about not dating, that you're too old or that it's not correct to date at this age. Forget it. You are your own person and you just go out there and have fun because no one's going to have that fun for you. Number 2, be open-minded about who you meet and how you meet them. The dating apps are good, and even young people sometimes find them difficult to meet the right person, so don't give up on them. But there are other ways to meet people. You could be introduced to someone. Also, you might even know someone that you've known for years and haven't even thought about maybe this could be the right person for you. So be really open-minded and you never know what might happen. Number 3, don't dwell on the past when you meet someone new. Of course, we've all had a history, been married, had exes, but look into the future. Look into a new relationship with
Now she's offering dating advice from decades of experience, encouraging people to stay open-minded and give someone a chance. That's not bad advice in itself. The challenge is that dating later in life comes with a completely different set of realities than it did years ago. By then, everyone brings life experience, expectations, and plenty of history into the conversation. Finding a meaningful connection is still possible, but it often takes more patience, flexibility, and realistic expectations than many people anticipate.
Thing is when these men say, oh, they're just using you. No, actually, crusty old man, I'm using them. This is referring to older women dating younger men. Men don't understand this. Since they don't understand it, when we put it in plain English, let's try to kind of switch it up and maybe put it in terms that they do understand. Just like corporate America has scaled back greatly on the jobs that they hire for, women are no longer recruiting men for the role of relationship or marriage. Now, of course, it's not all women and it's not all of corporate America, but the amount of jobs of husband or boyfriend are greatly dried up. Women are at best now onboarding men for freelance or contract work. They have a very defined scope of work, and once that job is done, they're done with that.
She talks like she's completely in control of the dating game, but confidence isn't the same as results. It's easy to say every short-term relationship was your choice, yet if the same outcome keeps repeating, it's worth asking whether the strategy is actually working. Calling it empowerment doesn't automatically make it fulfilling. In the end, the people getting the relationships they truly want usually don't have to keep explaining why everything is going according to plan. Sometimes the outcome tells the story better than the explanation ever could.
I sit here and just kind of laugh with disamaze of the messages that I actually get on social media in regards to dating. I'm not sure where these guys come from. I don't know how feral they became. Is it that hard to actually have a conversation with a woman? I mean, it's hard enough for us women, especially when you're over the age of 50, entering this dating scene, to just be met with all these thirsty, hungry guys that really aren't looking for the same thing that we are, apparently, at least of this generation. Where were we 20 years ago? You know, we didn't have dating apps that you could just miraculously go on and, you know, advertise that you're just looking for a hookup, or solicitate yourself that you are looking for one.
Now she's frustrated because the dating pool doesn't look the way she expected. She wants excitement, chemistry, and someone who checks every box. The problem is that the more specific the list becomes, the fewer people are left on it. Sometimes the challenge isn't that there aren't good options, it's that expectations have become so narrow that almost no one seems to qualify. Finding the right person is important, but so is recognizing when the perfect checklist starts getting in the way of a real connection.
After divorce can be really hard, right? I know, because I got divorced and I started dating and got right back into another serious relationship. And 10 years later, unfortunately, we got divorced. So I've been married and divorced 2 times. And I decided to sit back and figure out, what do I need to learn from this? Why am I not attracting the right thing, the right person, the right experience into my life? I had to do some really hard work. And I realized what I forgot to do after that first divorce was spend some time thinking about, how did I want to feel in the next relationship I was going to have. I wanted to be married so badly that the first good guy that I found, I latched right onto and got super serious about, without considering how I needed to feel inside of that.
Healing, self-growth, and finally choosing herself. Reflection after difficult experiences can be valuable, but it also raises an obvious question. Could some of these lessons have been learned before? So much had already changed. Real growth isn't just about looking back and finding a new explanation. It's about recognizing patterns before they repeat. That's why this part stands out. It's one thing to rewrite the story afterward. It's another to change the decisions that created it in the first place. And with that, we come to the end of today's discussion. Thanks for watching. And if you made it this far, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more. Until next time, take care and stay tuned for the next one.